And oh, that's good. That's not quite working, is it? That was half-half. Right in the beginning, I had the feeling we were sort of into it, but that's when you started emoting this way and helping with your shoulders, and all of that speaks for your musical desire to communicate. But don't do it. All right? Remember what she talks like? Yeah. And she's very direct.
Direct. Okay.
Yeah. Let's start this once more. Okay. And I'm the police here. No, I'm sorry. Then you've misunderstood, or probably nachhinein. I'm right now. What I'm getting from you is I'm exaggerated. No. Okay. This is not what we were talking about and not what we had 2 days ago. That's why I wanted to check it. I wanted to make sure that that wasn't going in the wrong direction. No, this is just, and that's why it's complicated. You have this sort of color in your ear now. And she has a little bit of that quality in it, but in order to make that happen, you're making things tight here. Can you imagine that same color allowing it? You're making it right now. You're making it. And that's not where we were. Then then it was a good idea for then, you understood a little something through it, but we need to move to something else. But let's see if we can, it's just the idea of the directness of it, of something that is not quite so ethereal, yeah? Okay. And if you can, that slightly feistier character, but don't be feisty with your voice. Okay, because you're yeah.
I don't really know.
I know, and we did something with you that is different than what I had done with most people, and then it worked, and and that's why I just wanted to see where we are, how much remained in your head of that, and if we can't get it within the next 5 minutes, we go to the Bach and we try something else, but that worked quite well 2 days ago, and so we're going to give it one more chance. That has nothing to do with it. It's not Abigail, you didn't make it. That has nothing to do with it. It's one of the possibilities of supporting a principle, which has to do with allowing the voice to come in here. It has to do with not cramping up this way in order to be expressive, and then being a little bit more direct. Can we start with doch mürrisches? Yeah.
The direct part I didn't understand. What do you mean? Like, I not need to sound like.
Yeah, this. No, it's never. With direct, I mean, okay. Rather than talking a whole lot, would you speak the beginning of the text directly to Asmin? Yes. Just speak it and try to, you're teaching him, you know?
To speak.
You're teaching him what the principles are of dealing with, women. Yeah, he's, yeah, okay. Speak it.
Durch Zärtlichkeit und Schmeicheln, Gefälligkeit und Scherzen.
Okay.
Erobert man.
Durch Zärtlichkeit.
Durch Zärtlichkeit.
So I'm getting durch Zärtlichkeit.
No.
Okay, durch Zärtlichkeit und Schmeicheln.
Und Schmeicheln, Gefälligkeit und Scherzen. Erobert man,
remember?
Erobert man die Herzen erobert man die Herzen der guten Mädchen leicht.
So part of what we're noticing even in this speaking is that you're doing a lot of this. And you know, we've mentioned it a few other times today. Everything that we don't need when we sing is an extra tension which probably, if it doesn't have some sort of a theatrical reason for existing, will probably find its way here. So all of these, and beyond that, all of this, I'm really trying to tell it to you honestly, you know? It doesn't make it totally believable, just theatrically. I'm really trying to be honest. I'm really trying to be honest with you.
Okay.
You understand the difference between those? Less is more. So one last time, this is, and I emphasize, especially in a situation like this, if we drop this and go to the Bach, it does not mean that you have not accomplished something or you failed at anything. It means that that idea was a fluke, which helped you find and feel something for a moment 2 days ago that will come back again in a different form.
Okay.
Okay, but let's just see. Right now, actually, I want to go back to the beginning after all. I'm changing my mind here. So, yeah.
Durch Zärtlichkeit und Schmeicheln, Gefälligkeit und Scherzen, erobert man die Herzen der guten Mädchen leicht, der guten Mädchen leicht.
Go on.
Doch mürrisches Befehlen und Poltern, Zanken, Plagen.
No, okay, we're not going to go up there. We're not going to go up there because it's just a little bit here. It was better.
Yes,
it was better.
I felt...
You felt it was better. What I'm feeling also here, and we can approach that in the Mozart or in the Bach, your preparation, and you're not the only one who's committing this sin, yeah, is a little bit of this, you know. So you're initiating the phrase within a Verspannung, as we call it in German, a bad tension. And so the whole idea of preparing for the phrase has to do with let go, be open. Let go, be open. And the problem for all of us is that your personality needs to have this thing that wants to do this. But it's about finding a way to tame the wild animal. To not throw out the wild animal. We have to have it. But
I don't know how to separate the two tensions. I mean, the bad one and the good one.
Well, part of it is simply, you know, did you hear me whisper, lean into my hand? Lean in right here. So that what we want to avoid is this. You see what happens? The jaw comes forward and we immediately have a not very healthy position of the whole apparatus, not only for the larynx, but also for the rest of the body. So just leaning into my hand, I'd rather give you something positive. I'm sorry, it's cold. But I'd rather give you something positive to do than something that you shouldn't do. That's why I'm taking care of the shoulders, and if you lean into my hand and do not, for your breath or for any part of expression, change that. Can you, so that we have more or less a flat, so really lean into my hand with the back of your, there we go. Yeah? So there you're going to immediately have more contact. I know what we forgot. That was helping you a whole lot 2 days ago. I told you for every breath, every preparation, for every phrase, to feel the contact with the chair. That's one of the reasons I had you sitting.
Yeah.
Okay? Because this idea of the vocal color and the vocal the identification of our personal identification with a certain kind of sound can help to a certain extent, but unless it has a foundation in all of these other good things that are balanced, it won't. Yeah? So, one last time, we've got a real, he's in character over there, he, she. Yeah? So, really lean, see how much you can lean into, there you go, that's it. That's it, good.
Sorry?
Yeah, and every phrase in between, so those are your two assignments. Lean and feel the chair. Yeah, lean and feel the chair between each phrase.
Okay.
Durch Zärtlichkeit und Märchen, Gefälligkeit und Scherzen, erobert man Herzen der guten Mädchen leicht, der guten Mädchen leicht.
Go on.
Doch mürrisches Befehlen und Poltern, Zanken, Plagen und Poltern, Zanken, Plagen, mach das in wenig Tagen, so lebenstreu und wahr. Mach das in wenig Tagen, so lebenstreu und wahr.
Okay, you have to keep leaning into me. Otherwise, you start to get into this position, and that's because when you're doing that, then you immediately press down here, and okay, but that was better, wasn't it? You felt it. You felt better. Yeah, better anchored. What I want you to understand is how all of these things are finessed, are part of each other. It's not individual things. Oh, the position, the shoulders, and this. It's all really the same thing, and should eventually just be. Oh, singing means that. Yeah, when I sing, it feels like that, and what you were starting to do was very good. Your approach to the top, you just need to be faster. You need to open. You're more or less going in the right direction, but you need to do all of what you're doing sooner.
Okay.
Okay. It's asking right now, maybe too much of you to do this. Again, it's always hard to go back. It's always hard to go back. To do this and to also be very direct with the character. There were moments when you were.
Yeah, I know.
There were moments when it really worked.
I feel unsecure, unsure.
Yeah, of course, because I'm very, very impressed that you were able to change that in such a short period of time. That's very, very good. But it requires your concentration to work on, right now, about 4 or 5 different levels, and I try to keep it down to 3.
Okay.
So we're maybe going to move to Bach right now. And excuse Osmin and thank him, and and then see if we can, because I'd really also like to see, if we have time at the end of this, to see a little bit what's happening with the high E's, because we found those too.
Okay.
Those were the 2 reasons why I was curious about looking at this once more, so that you have something to take with you when the week is over. Okay, but let's see, you planned the Bach, let's look at some Bach now, but within the same, you know what? Have a seat.
Really? Okay.
Let's see. So your job, you know what your job is. You're a smart lady. Okay. Yeah, no. I think because it's a 3/8, I would just a tiny bit fließender.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I asked.
Yeah.
Still mad?
No, just a hair. Yeah, because otherwise, and also with this Bach rhythm, it really
pesante,
has to. Yeah. It dare not be too heavy. It has to dance.
Dance.
Even something of this nature with this subtext here, or not even subtext, direct text. Yeah, you're doing a lot of very good things, and it sounds beautiful. And the idea of opening into the top is all there. You've got that all figured out, but you're opening primarily this way.
Okay.
And of course, anatomically, that's essentially what happens. We open the jaw that way. But I have to have the feeling that you're opening more that way, because you're otherwise we have a little too much weight in the voice going up. We also have the possibility that it goes back on us a little bit. You felt that. I mean, those two things usually go together. And we lose a bit of the color. It becomes just a little white. And, a question for you, then again, we always go back to the subjective hearing thing. Are those top tones clear in your ear?
Clear?
Yeah. So are they, would you say that they are, do they have a brilliant color for you in your ear? No. Okay. Can you allow even more of that gentle thing, that what we call weich in German, that thing that has a little cushion around it, maybe of air. Okay. Yeah, I know that sounds strange to you, but
I released it. I was doing it more like this, and I try to do less.
Yes, exactly. Because you're pushing too much air through, and this is sort of a paradox that if you push less air through, you will have a feeling that you are riding on more air up there. It's almost as if you were to take the air column and stretch it this way, but it keeps moving, it keeps spinning.
It's much smaller.
It's much smaller, and so you were on the way. You were doing a lot of those things, and as you did with the Blondchen too, but see if we can get that all up one story higher.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start this again, and so you have these two jobs. One is every breath is, do I feel that chair underneath me? And at the same time, opening here.
Okay.
Okay? So I may stop you. Might be. So. Now that's just a little too fast. It's in the cracks between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's in the cracks. It's very, very important and very difficult sometimes to find exactly the right tempo for these.
Something in the middle, yes.
Yeah, it's right in between those two, but it's more the feeling of that steady pulse that's not heavy. Yeah, it's there, but it's very, very steady.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay, and as long as we stopped, can you use flee? Yes, flee.
Through the
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not saying, so we have flee, Let's exaggerate it right now. So we have an E on the F, but on the F before this is but it worked for you 2 days ago, so I think I can say this again. On the F, we already open, and you were doing that, open up, but really think an aw. And then when you go back down, you go back into the vowel. Okay? Okay, go on. Better. Go on, go on. Okay, good. Yeah. But that was really.
It was better?
No, what I'm reacting to right now is how much of a battle we were having. Yeah. Wow. The truth is that when I'm that close to you, it's very hard for me to tell how much freer it was or not free. But I just felt that you were getting too much into this thing again, and all that I'm requiring of you isn't really possible if you're doing that.
Okay.
Yeah?
I don't feel like my
Like you're
body
connected.
at all. I just don't feel it.
Okay.
Maybe
All
it's
right.
just-
Yeah? Well, just because the sitting helped you the other day doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help you today. That's where I have to be a little more creative. Stand up. Boy, is that creative. Yeah. And we're going to try something completely different. It all has the same purpose, same goal, but it's a completely different thing. Can you do safely
Okay.
because you see what's happening basically.
Go back.
You're not far enough forward with the whole thing.
Not far enough. Okay.
No, and I don't want you pressing. I don't want you pressing the voice in. That's what you were doing at the beginning of the Blanchen before. Yeah, and I don't want you to do that, but I do want you to allow, and maybe I need to check something. Once more. I think that tempo's okay.
Yeah.
That tempo's pretty good. Go on. So it's a so it's de-a-ta.
There.
Yeah, de-a-ta. If we take it, I'm doing this, yeah. So it's what we talked about right before the little pause, right before the break. It's about that split second before preparing it. Okay, in fluten. Better. Now, the other thing that I notice about you is that you don't follow it through all the way to the end.
Okay.
And this is very, very, very typical young singer. You're still very young and you've accomplished quite a lot for your age. But we get sort of caught up in checking to make sure that it's okay, and before we go on. And want to get to the end of that word, seren. Okay. In fluten. Yes. Okay. That felt better, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's where we're
much
going.
more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. But you know, sometimes it just takes, one has to go through a few back roads to get on the main highway. Yeah, and figure out how you're, because every day you're going to be a little different than you were. Okay, this is what I need also, exactly what you did here in the Zevlia. Okay, beginning. Stuck. Yeah. Yeah. And then don't stop. You're stopping. You're stopping. Yeah, don't stop. Okay. Let's do this. So, I wanted a little bit of this because I think that whole, even in something as sustained as this, that basic Bach rhythm is something that helps you, that will help you. Otherwise, we get sort of, yeah. You, right now, as an in-between stage, I think you need to really change your vowel. Really, you're going, and I want you to go to an aw. As of F sharp. Go to an aw. Just to find that space. Then we can always put more of the air back in. But you have to find the space.
I feel it. I know where it is. Just not every time.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm here as the police. Okay.
The second time.
The second time. What is that?
G flat.
Oh yeah, so she was right, I was wrong.
Okay.
I like that. Once in a while I really do have to be
fine.
wrong. Yeah, but you felt, but it meant that you felt it.
Yeah. Fine.
Great. That's what we want.
Second time.
Yeah. Don't stop. Yeah, that's not in the right place. Yeah, that's.
When I need to start, not to
Yeah, okay.
get to
So,
reach it.
what do you
it's
think?
fine.
Think about it for a
I need
minute.
to start from it.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
okay. Think about it. I can tell you, but I want you to think about it for a minute.
I need to open, of course,
Before you breathe.
before I breathe.
Yeah. So you have the position, then you allow the air in. You don't do you just allow the air in. So you have, it's more about finding the position and saying, okay, phrase, come on, come here. Yeah. That's all that it's about.
Okay.
Especially this place. This is going to be a place that you just love. This is going to be one of those really fun places. Yeah?
To start.
Right. So it's just, it's grabbing it out of the air.
Okay.
Okay? Can we have the measure before that? No, I don't want to, I want you to come right, that's okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, that's. Oh boy.
I don't know where.
So you need, but you need to let it just. Yeah. Now you're working a little too hard. Yeah. And the other, I was doing this strange dance here for you because I wanted you on the upper note, the höchste, that I wanted you to inhale and spin.
Okay.
Inhale and spin, then you leave it, then, oh, you don't leave it, but then you go down. Okay, can we start right on der höchste, because you were pretty close. Can you let that tongue just do plop? So it's da höchste. Da höchste, we have a different language going here, okay? Oh, no, so you know what? You don't need a jaw movement for a D.
Okay.
For da, huh? Okay? You're doing da, and I want
Okay.
okay. I'm sure your ear doesn't hear this, but you are starting under the pitch. And then eventually so I'm going to ask you to do a sort of strange thing.
Okay.
I want you to trill. I want you to trill on this lower höchste.
Okay. To start with the note or?
On höchste. Wait a minute. Yeah, right, on the tone. It's not a proper Baroque trill, but a free trill, okay? Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. Okay. That's the idea. You have to do it a few times. So that it is, because you have a slight tendency, and I know that some Baroque singing style requires straight tone. Yeah. And that's perfectly fine if it's in tune and if it's not being made here. It's stylistically correct. But now twice in a row, you were under the pitch and pushing on it a little bit. And so...
Because this is a place in my voice I don't really know where it should reach from.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Middle something.
Right.
C.
It's a C. And that C is right before the passaggio. That means that, if we're going to just analyze it that way, that means that C is in a place where you still have a feeling of, this is flowing. You're not resisting too much. You're letting it flow, but you really have to have a nice feeling of being right here. What I noticed with you also. Now, is that your concentration is often such that your eyes aren't quite awake, and that in and of itself is enough to pull the soft palate down. Or not pull it down, but not encourage it being, there you are, I've got something to say, and it's really special, it's really good, Yeah, exactly. We all look a little crazed, but Okay. All right. Can we start right there again? Better. Don't stop, that's beautiful, don't stop. I mean, it's minimal, and you're so good that I could just let it go, because it was pretty good.
No,
but just right here where I interrupted you, I want you to get used to Well, also, it's not just a technical thing. It is much more a musical thing of carrying the thought, carrying the emotion, carrying, keep it alive. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah, because this whole aria is built on such places, and why? Yeah, exactly. Of course, it's all about the emotions, the heaviness of what one feels because of this crucifixion and because of the passion of Jesus. And I think it's amazing that you brought this piece, and we're in Israel, but it's a wonderful piece of music, and I think you understand what it's about. And Bach has written this heaviness into the music, but you can't do that. You can't just land on those longer notes, and that's one of the big challenges in this aria. Yeah, to not just, well, sometimes in Bach, certainly in everything we sing, we always, all long notes have to be kept alive. But here, it always goes back to the same thing. We land, and then we move, and then we land, and then we move, and it's a repetitive thing. So that's why I'm being so picky with you, because it happens so often. If you get into the pattern, then it'll work. Someone's calling you in the middle. It's our modern age. Huh? Okay. Where can we get into that? Okay. It's okay. It's okay. And what you just did now is one of those things that I was talking about before. That's thought correctly, but what you do doesn't help you. And that
too much opening.
It's too much opening in the wrong way. The idea is right. You want to open, but up this way, and then you will have more air. Because this just takes an awful lot. Yeah. We do it right there. Da höchste. Yeah, you see, then it wasn't 100% because you did Ehren, but yeah, let the tongue do it and sing into the end, but that was already much, much better. You're getting the idea? Because with you, so many things are working for you, are so good. It's in some ways it's more difficult because it's a matter of balancing. You are, a lot of the things are right, they're just not being done 100% the right way. Yeah?
So they don't really know the 100%. I don't want to do something.
Okay. Yeah, and so we had this morning too, of not wanting to do something incorrectly, and so there's not enough basic good tension going on. But now, what pleases me here, and that's what I was really after in the Blondchen as well, is that we get this honest color of your voice. That's really the direct approach to the music, and the honest color of the voice. That's what interests me the most. Who are you? Yeah, and so the time is never enough. You want to pop off a high E or two? Let's just see. Don't.
I can try.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do the phrase. Yeah. And you remember the principle behind it. This is a real challenge, boy. I know, and I take it all on my shoulders. All on my shoulders. I just don't want to see blood, okay? No.
Okay.
Okay, that that was almost as good as 2 days ago, and it was pretty secure. So congratulations, now you can go.